Streets of Rogue 2 is this incredibly ambitious open-world sandbox RPG being developed by a single person named Matt, who has been working on it since about 2020. It's a sequel to the first Streets of Rogue, and the core idea is pretty simple. You are trying to take down a corrupt president, but how you accomplish that is entirely up to you. Before you start, you choose a character class. In the current demo, there are just 3, which are the chef, cop and soldier, but the full game will have a shit ton more, like werewolf, vampire, firefighter, and even stuff like an investment banker. Each class has its own special abilities and starting relationships with different groups in the world, as well as many quests tailored to that class. Because of how diverse and unique these classes can be, the way you approach and play this game can be vastly different, depending on which class you choose. Now the cool thing here is that you really can play at your own pace. You don't even have to do the main quest. If you, for example, rather just want to immerse yourself in your character, whether it's building up your life as a farmer, being a policeman who tries to not break any rules, or maybe do the opposite and be a corrupt cop, trying to cause as much chaos as possible. The world itself is huge, way bigger than the first game, and this time it's all procedurally generated. So you've got multiple biomes like cities, beaches and forests and so on. Pretty much everything in the environment can be destroyed. But thankfully these little robot butler things come around at night to fix everything up, which is a pretty neat and believable approach to allow the player to wreak absolute havoc, while still keeping the game in a playable state for long periods of time. Now the really interesting part is how all the systems work together, because there are actual factions of different groups. That includes animals. Yes, you can actually get on the bad side of chickens. Then of course you can build bases, craft a lot of stuff, hire NPCs to work for you, drive all sorts of vehicles, hack vehicles if you have the skill, and basically approach every situation however you want. The game tracks your reputation with different groups. There's a full quest system that includes both random and handcrafted quests, and you can of course level up to get different skills. There's going to be multiplayer too, which is pretty wild given all the systems at play. Now in a recent developer blog, the developer mentioned they have built things like traffic systems, day-night cycles, NPCs with homes and routines. So the game is trying to pull this living world thing off properly, where lots of unexpected things can happen. The game was supposed to come out in 2024, but the developer recently announced it's not as polished as he would like, so it's taking a bit longer than expected. But at least there is a demo for you to try out. The dev seems really committed to getting it right, rather than rushing it out, even if that means taking more time. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.